I'm Tim James from George James Blacksmiths at Broughton, near to Kettering in Northamptonshire. I'm the 5th generation of the family to be a blacksmith here. We're working on the railings from Priory House in Dunstable. They're a very interesting set of ironwork. First challenge with them is to decide exactly what they're made from and how they're constructed. We've come to the conclusion they're actually made from a mixture of things. They're partly wrought iron, partly cast iron, partly modern mild steel, and the method of construction varies for each different type of material. The very modern ironwork is basically a fabrication. It's all welded together. The wrought iron has a different type of joint. Generally speaking, it's either pegged or it's tenoned and riveted. And the cast iron has probably half joints, and two sections of railing intersect with an upright through and an urn on top, which provides the decoration along the length of the ironwork. I've been working as a blacksmith for 40 plus years. I started in the early 1980s with my father, who was the 4th generation to be here. It was actually my great-grandfather who started the business in 1841, and I now work with my brother David, who's a very clever blacksmith. But we both worked with Dad for probably 6 or 7 years before he died, and then we were thrown in the deep end and carried on ourselves. The things I like about blacksmithing the most are the fact that every job is different. We go to some of the most amazing buildings in the country and are quite often asked to work there. For example, must be 30 years ago, we did the weather vanes outside or on the top of St Pancras station. So every time I go to London on the train, pop out the front, just check that they're still up there and turning. And it gives you an awful lot of satisfaction to go and see something that you made so many years ago. It's important to keep connected to the history of the craft. There's clearly a long history, goes, well, right the way back to the Iron Age. But it's also very important to pass on skills to the next generation. These days, everything, it seems that everything is either going to be designed by AI and sent to a CNC machine or a new machine that AI has developed, and it'll just produce standardized items. But we like to produce things that are actually handmade. I appreciate that's probably an overabused and used term, but anything that's actually handmade and handcrafted, it has a life and soul of its own, and that's something you can't create with a computer.